Today we will be going through the weekly forex forecast for the week from the 10th of May until the 14th of May. Lovely traders, welcome back to ChrisFX. I hope you're doing great, both in life and in trading. And first of all, before we begin with the Forex forecast, we will be going through the weekly trades, FTMO first. Here is the first trade, 9 o'clock Monday, it was a buy. And here we have the beautiful trade, as you can see it over here. Break impulsively above this previous area. And why did I enter that high? I don't know why I entered that high, but now I have changed my criteria totally of how I will be entering trades. So now, from now on, I will be entering low, but I'm gonna show this in my next video. Anyways, this is the outcome of the trade. Here we go. And here you can see I'm saying I could have entered here instead, but now I have fixed that problem because I have done some more back testing and I have improved my strategy. I have combined it with some other features which I'm going to be talking about in my next video. Anyways, we won this trade. It's 1,000 euros. Then we have GBP JPY. This is another rule that I will be having, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm not gonna be closing trades anymore. So this is another trade. Even though we closed this one, we closed it over here and then it would have hit our stop loss. Nonetheless, I'm not gonna be closing any trades anymore. This is EURJPY. This is a trade that we took over here, as you can see, and the aftermath of this trade is this one. Okay, unfortunately on the retrace of this candle we closed the trade with only 260 euro profit. Here we have EURJPY. This was another loss. We entered over here with a pending order, but this is a trade that does not qualify for me anymore. I don't even know why I traded like that, why I entered this trade, but I wouldn't enter it again. That's why we have to monitor everything and write down everything. And here is GBP JPY. This was our entry. This is a trade that qualifies again and again and again, of course. Here you can see the impulsive candlesticks, previous area of resistance. And we enter over here. I'm gonna be talking about these exact entries, how to get these pinpoint entries. From now on, for example, I would be entering even lower. As I said in my next video, this is not the point of this specific video, but I just have to show you my trades. And here we are, we got our profit and then price disappeared. Another thing is that from now on, I'm going to be going for 3-to-1 risk to reward. Anyways, FTMO, client area. This is the account right now. Okay, we're from here, went down, went up, and then we did that stupid stuff over here. And I'm not going to trade this week. I'm gonna start again from the week after this week. I'm closing this one. And the next week, I'm not going to be trading on the FTMO, but from the week after that. Nonetheless, I have opened another small account of mine. This was our first trade on gold US dollar. And here you can see that my psychology plays a major role in what I'm doing, because this was the perfect pinpoint entry. I got activated. You see how low I got activated with this small stop loss. And here you can see it on the 15-minute chart. Okay, and then look what I did. I placed my stop loss at break even and I closed partial profits on 1.5 to 1. And I had said that if this trade goes, this trade would go until the next area. For take profit 2, for some reason I closed this 5.8 to 1. And there is a problem with that. And the problem is that I had pinpointed this exact previous area from a previous area that we had over here. I have pinpointed exactly this area that you can see over here. I could just have moved my stop losses below the previous areas and the stop losses would have never been hit. So this was my exact entry over here, and until the top of this movement I could have made something, let's be realistic over here, okay, 13 to 1, which I didn't make because of pure fear, and that's a mistake. So now I'm gonna close all of that stuff. Here is another small loss, and as I said, I'm not gonna be closing any trades from now on because this would have been a great win of 180 euros. And here we go. Before, this is the before, break impulsively above the previous area. From now on, I'm measuring from the bottom of the candle, the typical Fibonacci, until the top of the candle that starts retracing, and hence you can see how much better my entry is over here with a very small stop loss. And look what happened. Look first of all on the 15-minute chart how we got activated, then we went very deep as you can see, but then we retraced. And the problem is when price did that again, I closed my position a little bit above this one, and imagine what happened. When I closed my position, immediately this candle turned bullish, and we can also see it if we go to the EURJPY. As you can also see from the image right here, check out this candlestick that you see here. You can see that the stop loss was a little bit above the body, so even more. It was right here, so we would have gotten the 1, 2, 3. This candle that I closed with small loss, it was at this exact point, and this exact candle turned back. I saw it immediately, I regretted of course, and then we went and hit profits. So now I have pinpointed rules, and I'm not gonna be changing my rules. I'm never closing a position ever again. And here we go. This was a loss. It could have been 180 euros win, imagine that. But that's not a problem because we can see that our strategy is winning, and it's winning very strongly. And here Gbp Jpy, this was another position. This was the before. We broke impulsively above this previous area, and then we came back into this area again. From now on, I could have had a better entry, but this does not play any role in this specific trade because we would have lost anyways. You will see we went back, we rejected this Fibonacci area, then we went up to 1-to-1. This was placed for a 1.5-to-1 risk to reward, but then the aftermath of this trade was exactly that. Let me delete some of these things so they're not so much confusing for you. Of course, what can we see from a daily perspective? We are in an amazing uptrend, a very strong uptrend. Furthermore, price came back and tested this previous daily level. So of course we have a resistance here, but we are expecting price to retrace a little bit and then bounce again. This is the most likely scenario at least. So on the 1 hour chart, I'm waiting for this thing to happen. Okay, so what did we have here? Even for new subscribers, for new members in the channel, let's maximize this thing. What do we have here? We have this 1, 2, 3 above the MA, and then 4, 5, or you can say immediately 1, 2, 3 here, because we entered this chance. Okay, we closed the trade as we said, but now we have another chance, another 1, 2, 3. Okay, higher high and higher low than this low. So when we have impulsive breaks, only impulsive breaks above the previous area, then I will take my Fibonacci tool, and from now on I'm measuring normally, not with the 60% rule, but I'm using that as a reference. And the very impulsive move started out from this candlestick that we can see over here, okay, until here. You can even include this week. And here we have this beautiful level between 50 and 60%, but of course I placed my pending order, I will place my pending order a little bit above in the middle of these two candlesticks over here. And again, in my next video that I'm gonna be preparing, I will explain the strategy in more detail, like the new strategy, the more advanced strategy. Here on the 15-minute chart, we can also pinpoint our entry exactly. So if I would measure these two candlesticks, it could be around in the middle of these two candlesticks. This is not the full strategy though. Furthermore, we have the extra confluence if ever price comes back over here, that this comes to the point of the EMA, which can be used as a dynamic support. So when price retraces here, back here, this is the EMA, let's say. This is not only the EMA which can act as support, we have this previous resistance which can act as support, and these Fibonacci levels which are very, very significant. So it is very possible that banks are gonna come back and throw those people, leave a pin bar, let's say, on smaller time frames here. People are gonna be buying with stop losses around here, then it's gonna drop a little bit more, and people are gonna be buying with stop losses below this area, and then it's gonna be dropping a little bit more, and then we're gonna bounce. This happens lots of times. We have a very safe stop loss down there, and of course from now on, guess what, I'm targeting 3 to 1, which falls almost perfectly to the 61.8% Fibonacci level. I started from EURJPY because this is the one that's giving us a chance over here. Gbp Jpy Daily Chart. Let's go to the daily chart. This is an imbalance that I have drawn from another time frame. We don't care about this right now. We are still in this beautiful uptrend, of course. There's no question about that. As I have said multiple times, before we break these previous levels, we are still in an uptrend on the daily, which is a very, very significant chart, okay, time frame. Until we break this area, this previous area, we are still in an uptrend. I very clearly see price continuing at least until this next level over here, and then probably retracing a bit and then bouncing again. So if I would go down to the 1 hour chart, we have some movement until here. Of course, it's not enough. If you're playing with support and resistance, this is not enough space, let's say, to place a trade, because if you consider that to be a very strong resistance, price is gonna be finding resistance. I won't be very happy to place an order, let's say right here, since we have this resistance, but if I see very clear price action, I'm gonna be placing a buy over here. Nonetheless, I'm not seeing price going below the 50 EMA and then breaking impulsively below. I can see price definitely doing something like that. This will be fine, because if price does something like that, then the EMA is gonna be adjusting to the new price, of course, because it's following the price. So if the EMA is then something like that, then we're gonna be having enough space if we break impulsively to place the pending order right here and target even this previous area. But I'm going to be going for a fixed 3 to 1 risk to reward. Okay. And then we have gold US dollar. This is the trade that I caught from this area over here. We broke impulsively, a little bit more risky trade, because it's not a very clear area as this one, but in this one I think we placed a pending order but we weren't activated. Okay, yeah, the middle of this candlestick, let's say it's around here, we weren't activated here, and I placed another order in this previous area that we can see exactly as you see it. I had exactly pinpointed this previous level, but unfortunately I only closed the second half on 5.8 to 1 risk to reward. Anyways, for gold, from the daily perspective, as we see it right here, it found a resistance in this previous area. You can also draw it however you want. Of course, you can draw it like that, but we found resistance over here. And if you remember, some weeks prior to that, we were around here in one of my previous videos, and I said that we also have, from a technical perspective, we have this W formation, which was either tested right now, I said it's in one of my predictions, the first prediction video, or it's being tested again, I said, and then I think we're gonna be starting this uptrend, because in a larger scale, we can still see that we are in a huge uptrend, which has started from December, like September 2018. Of course, here this whole time we have been in a downtrend, but you can also see it as a part of a correction or a flag pattern or whatever until we continue with the overall uptrend. So now, after this formation, this W formation that we saw, and as we had, let's say, predicted, even though I don't like this word, from the daily perspective, we're expecting something like that to happen and bounce. Or if we switch down to the 1 hour chart, it's also very possible. I have been studying about imbalances. Some of you may know about imbalances. I'm not the right person to do any education on imbalances. I can only show you the way I trade, and you can do whatever you want on your own risk. I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. And I'm not a financial advisor, once again. Anyways, I have been studying from other YouTube channels about imbalance, and I have been also studying on Google about it. If you don't know about imbalance, go check out the videos on YouTube. There's 1,000 videos out there. And there is very possible that we are gonna be coming to cover these imbalances. One of them has happened right here, this whole area. If we don't come back right now, for sure, almost for sure, we will come back in the future. But at least I expect something like that, probably retracing back to this area and then bouncing. But we don't care that much about that, because we are following intraday trading. And if I see EMA doing something like that, price reacting like this and doing this movement, of course I'm in back here with a pending order. But generally speaking, after this whole movement, within 1, 2 or 3 weeks, I can see gold of course breaking above and now starting with an uptrend or continuing with the overall uptrend. Let's go to the weekly chart. You can clearly see that this is possibly a correction on the weekly chart. As we said, it's very, very clear over here. We are in an uptrend, okay, we have this correction, and then we can clearly expect this to continue with an uptrend. We shall see. We don't know what price is gonna do. These are the things I'm waiting for: gold USD, British pound, Japanese yen, and euro Japanese yen. And I'm only going to be trading these 3 pairs, possibly also EURJPY, if it gives a very good chance and if it has great correlation with other pairs. If you like the video, please leave me a like and subscribe to my channel for more free educational content. So traders, expect a new video coming this week where I'm gonna be explaining everything in detail, and you can see how much detailed I have everything over here. All of this is going to be coming to you totally free and in great detail. This is gonna do it for today. Thank you all for watching. Until next time.